Sri Lanka's nearly 30 years old war is near its end due to the successful implementation of the humanitarian operations. As the humanitarian operations are near its end, government has proposed many options to the remaining LTTE cadres to renounce violence and join the government forces and surrender and rescue the remaining Tamil citizens, Tamil civilians. Among these frustrated and suffering Tamil civilians, we have experienced influx of many people coming from different walks of life. Among them were senior LTTE cadres and people who have worked for the LTTE outfit. We are glad to talk to two persons who have worked for the LTTE outfit in two different roles. One as an interpreter for the head of political wing, Mr. S.P Thamil Chelvam, and also the media coordinator. They are with me today for this discussion. George Master, he is the interpreter for the head of political affairs of the LTTE, Mr. S.P Thamil Chelvam, late Thamil Chelvam, and Daya Master, the media coordinator for the political office of the LTTE.
வணக்கம். நாம் இன்று ஒரு விசேட கலந்துரையாடலில் ஈடுபட்டுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். இன்றைய கலந்துரையாடலில் எம்முடன் இணைந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள் LTTE இயக்கத்தின் முன்னாள் அரசியல் தொழில் பொறுப்பாளர் தமிழ் செல்வனின் பகுதி நேர மொழிபெயர்ப்பாளர் ஜோர்ஜ் மாஸ்டர் அவர்களும், அத்தோடு எம்முடன் இணைந்திருக்கிறார் LTTE இயக்கத்தின் முன்னாள் ஊடக பேச்சாளர் தயா மாஸ்டர் அவர்களும்.
George Master, you are a person who believes in non-violence. My first question to you is, when did you realize violence or terrorism was not the path to address the burning issues of the Tamil people? And when did you decide to reject the crimes perpetrated by the LTTE? And for that matter, any immediate reasons for your decision to get rid of the LTTE grip?
From the very inception of political negotiation put into process by the government of Sri Lanka in 95 first, because I came as a part-time interpreter in 94 October. Immediately, months later, I was a party to the team that negotiated that went on with the peace negotiations with the government delegation. From that time onwards, I was actively participating as a part-time interpreter with the firm conviction that every negotiation should bring at the end result a negotiated settlement acceptable to all the citizens of Sri Lanka, wherein people can live in peace and amity. In that context, after Geneva II, that was in 2006, mid-2006, I found that peace negotiations collapsed, and there was no purpose in my continuing to be an interpreter, a part-time interpreter for Mr. Thamil Chelvam, since there were no peace negotiations at all. No discussions were taking place with foreigners, so my presence was not necessary. And I decided that I have to sever connections with the organizations, because it was not necessary for me to continue with an organization that has as its goal a settlement of the problem through violent means, which I am against. So I decided to quit, and even as a part-time interpreter on payment, I decided to quit, and then there I was in my village, but trying hard to get out of this mess, because I wanted to join my daughter in Australia, and therefore I tried my best, but then the normal conditions that prevailed there, the pass system did not permit me to leave the Vanni. So I was waiting for some more time, and when people were trying to leave in large numbers with the onset of the humanitarian operation put into by the present government, I found things were not that easy for civilians to get out, because there was LTTE resisted it, and therefore people were getting out. Only the ablest of the lot were able to get out, but weaklings were unable to get out because there was firing from behind. And on one fine day, I found people getting ready to break the barriers in large numbers. So that was a convenient outlet for me. On the 20th of this month, that was a Monday, I joined a group with very many thousands of people, and it was a very difficult journey. It took about 1.5 hours for me to reach the bund that was separating the Mathalan hospital premises and the military controlled area, and therein I was taken in by the military personnel comfortably. They removed me physically and put me inside the military zone, and thereafter I came to the checking point, and I declared to those officers there that I worked for a period of time from 1994 up until 2006 as a part-time interpreter, and therefore it was my duty to bring to the notice of the officers there that my connection with the LTT in whatever manner it was. And so they listened to me, and then they gave me time to sit down there and then take my statements. It took some time. It was a process anyway. And then we were brought to Omanthai, first to Vallipunam, and there also again the process went on. And then to Omanthai, where we were in police custody. And from there we have now come to Colombo, wherein we are now engaged in this discussion. Yes, that's it.
Well, what I gather from your statement was that your subconscious mind always said that LTT never liked to sever itself from violence on which they created their tiger outfit. So you thought it was timely to get rid of this violence because you as a man who works according to your conscience could not support to any of their clandestine activities that always had devastating impact on the civilians.
Yes, at the outset I mentioned that I always hate, from the inception I hate violence, and my firm conviction is that it is not through violence that one can reach a political solution for any national conflict. So in this context, this cannot be an exception to that. So I decided that I sever connections because I reject violence, and violence has never ever brought a successful end of any conflict. So therefore it is only negotiation that will bring about a settlement of a national conflict.
Our team would like to know about the position of Mr. Daya Master with regard to the same question. Why did you decide to leave the LTT? When did you realize that violence or terrorism was not the correct path, that it wouldn't ever bring about a lasting solution to the burning issues of the Tamil people?
விடுதலை புலிகள் பேச்சுவார்த்தை 2006 முடித்து கொண்டதிலிருந்து எனக்கு விடுதலை புலிகள் மீது தொடர்ந்து நான் ஒரு உறுப்பினராக இருக்க விரும்பாமல் அதை வெளியேறுவதற்குரிய சந்தர்ப்பத்தை பார்த்து கொண்டிருந்தேன். அவர்கள் பேச்சுவார்த்தையை முறித்தது எனக்கு உடன்பட்டு கொள்ளவில்லை. அதனாலே நான் அவர்களிருந்து வெளியேறுவேன். நான் வெளியேறுவதற்குரிய சந்தர்ப்பம், நான் உறுப்பினராக இருந்த காரணத்தினால் அவர்கள் உறுப்பினர் வெளியேறுவதை ஒரு உறுப்பினரும் விலத்தவோ வெளியேறவோ முடியாத என்ற நிலையில் இருந்தது. அதனால் நான் வெளியேற முடியவில்லை. தொடர்ந்து அவர்களுடன் நான் ஒரு பொறுப்பும் இல்லாமல் சிறிது காலம் வேலை செய்து கொண்டிருந்தேன். பின்பு இடப்பெயர்வுகள் காரணமாக வள்ளிமணத்தில் வள்ளிமணம் என்ற புதுக்குடியிருப்பு வள்ளிமணம் என்ற பகுதியில் வந்திருந்தேன். அப்பொழுது நான் இவர்களுடைய தொடர்பை முற்றாகவே துண்டித்துக் கொண்டு வீட்டிலேயே தங்கியிருந்தேன். தொடர்ந்து அங்கிருந்து இடம்பெயர்ந்து புது மாத்தளம் பகுதிக்கு மக்களோடு நாங்களும் செல்ல வேண்டிய நிலை ஏற்பட்டது. அங்கே சென்றும் தொடர்பில்லாமல் இருந்தேன். ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட காலத்திலே அவர்கள் தொடர்புகளை அவர்களுடன் ஏற்படுத்த வேண்டிய நிலைக்கு தள்ளப்பட்டு சிறிது காலம் அவர்கள் வேலை செய்து கொண்டிருந்தேன். பின்பு கடந்த 20ஆம் தேதி நான் 2006ஆம் ஆண்டு நோக்கத்தை நிறைவேற்றுவதற்குரிய சந்தர்ப்பம் ஒன்று கிடைத்தது. ஸ்ரீலங்கா ராணுவத்தினர் முதுமாத்தன் பகுதியை நோக்கி முன்னோறி வந்து கொண்டிருந்த பொழுது விடுதலை புலிகள் அங்கிருந்து நான் வெளியேறும்போது வெளியேறி இருந்தார்கள். அங்கு விடுதலை புலிகளை காண முடியும்.